Did you hear the news? House Joint Resolution 11, sponsored by South Carolina Representative Ralph Norman, moved one step forward with the House Judiciary Subcommittee on the Constitution and Limited Government held a hearing this week. U.S. Term Limits Executive Director testified before the subcommittee. Hi, I'm Holly Robichaud, and this is breaking news on term limits. The major news continues to be the aging of Congress and how to fix it. The health issues of Kentucky's Senator Mitch McConnell and California Senator Dianne Feinstein have brought the issue to the forefront. The average age of current senators is 65 years old. There are currently 4 senators in their 80s, with one, Iowa Senator Chuck Grassley, due to celebrate his 90th birthday in the next few days. And there are 29 members in their 70s. The U.S. House also continues to age. The average age in the House is 57 years old, with many members in their 80s. In fact, Nancy Pelosi, first elected in 1986 and now aged 83, said she's going to run again in 2024. As I mentioned at the top of the show, the CBS YouGov poll showed that 73% of Americans favor age limits on Congress, and it's getting more popular every day with information like this. Congress is back in session. They're back to work, and we continue to hope that House Speaker Kevin McCarthy will bring up House Joint Resolution 11, the U.S. Term Limits Amendment, for a straight up and down vote. This amendment, as you know, was filed by Representative Ralph Norman of South Carolina, who I got to meet this week. Now, momentum continues to build for House Joint Resolution 11. We had 2 new co-sponsors this week, Colorado Representative Lauren Boebert and Florida Representative Gus Bilrickus. Speaker Kevin McCarthy promised us a vote on term limits when he became Speaker of the House. Members of the House are demanding that he keep his promise on the vote. In fact, several have demanded a term limits vote, or they may challenge him for the speakership. But Washington being Washington, there are rumblings that the Speaker might renege on his pledge. So how will they kill House Joint Resolution 11? Well, speculation continues to swirl that House Speaker Kevin McCarthy is working to kill the straight up and down vote on House Joint Resolution 11. Instead, they may offer a term limits package, which is anything but real congressional term limits. We're calling on him to honor his pledge, and we need you to help us stop this. Please contact your own representative and urge them to co-sponsor House Joint Resolution 11 if they already haven't done so. Also, please visit termlimits.com/takeaction. Please help us get the word out. We need more people to contact their representatives and say we want a straight vote on House Joint Resolution 11. Fox Business Network will be hosting the second Republican presidential debate on September 27th. We are urging them to ask each of the presidential candidates if they support term limits and if they will sign the U.S. Term Limits Presidential Pledge. So far, Nikki Haley and Vivek Ramaswamy have signed our pledge. We are urging all presidential candidates in both parties to sign the pledge, and we will be updating you as we get these pledges in. Just wanted to give you an update on what's happening in North Dakota. North Dakota's Jared Hendricks of Retire Congress North Dakota is out collecting signatures to get a statewide constitutional amendment on the 2024 ballot that would prohibit anyone 80 or older from being elected to Congress from North Dakota. The renewed coverage of aging members of Congress is giving this movement a huge momentum. Please consider getting involved with Jared. Now it's time for the Corrupt Politician of the Week. This week, Illinois Senator Dick Durbin makes our list. First elected to the Senate in 1996. Prior to that, he served in the House for 14 years. He's hardly a fan of term limits. In 2014, Durbin's office announced that the Illinois Democrat had secured funding for 10 clients of the lobbying firm where his wife, Loretta, worked. What a coincidence. The link caught the attention of the largest newspaper in Durban State, the Chicago Tribune, which reported on the connection and the lobbying by Durban for the funding. One hand washes another in D.C. This is why we need term limits to end corruption like this. There are many special perks members of Congress get. Did you know that members of Congress get free preferred airport parking spaces at both Reagan and Dulles International Airports? Airlines also permit members of Congress to reserve first-class seats on multiple flights but only pay for the trips they take. Knowing how airlines often double book seats, perhaps that's the true reason why Representative Sheila Jackson Lee booted a public school teacher from her first-class seat in December of 2017. It's definitely not a perk afforded the typical business traveler. Attempts to ban members of Congress from buying first-class airfare with taxpayer funds has fallen on deaf ears. It's time for term limits. Stay tuned for more special perks that Congress gets. Had enough of perks, privileges, and PACs? I know I have. It's time for congressional term limits, and we can make it a reality, but we need your help. Please go to termlimits.org and get involved today. And be sure to share this program with your friends and family every week. This is Holly Robichaud for breaking news on term limits. We'll see you next week.